prediction for how bad it can get, coming up on my Robnostication from July to August of 2022. See you on the other side. Hey, what's up everybody? Rob Hau, Rockstar Realtor. That makes me a realtor and you are my rock stars. That's right, my clients are the rock stars. And if you're just even watching this, I think you're a rock star because you're getting more than most people get an understanding about what's happening with Las Vegas in particular real estate, but real estate in general. Please subscribe to my channel before I go any further. I'm gonna give you about 1 second to do that. All right, did you subscribe? I hope you did. My Robnostication is going to focus on how bad I think things can get. And how bad, when I say that, means for both sellers and buyers in real estate in general. As people may have figured out, especially if you're watching this already and you've been watching my previous videos, the market has taken a turn and it's really like a light switch went off. From springtime till now, we have a very different market. I'm gonna predict a few things that I think are gonna happen. I'm gonna prognosticate on what's coming up next. The question that everybody wants to know is how bad it's gonna get. As a matter of fact, it's the reason why we're having the symptoms that we're having, which is basically sleepy buyers. People aren't as willing to jump out there and grab a property. If you do need to buy, I find this to be a little short-sighted because I'm gonna tell you how bad it can get, how bad I think it's gonna get. And you'll have to do the numbers in your head, and I'll help you do some numbers, but I think you'll see that, at least from my point of view, if you're looking to buy, you may want to do that sooner than later. Very, very soon. As a matter of fact, by the time you watch this video, it's probably going to be too late. And if you're looking to sell, well, you don't have a lot of time either if you want to catch the highest price you can possibly get. And the thing is, you don't even know how long that's going to take. That may take a little time. We are definitely in a market where things are going to take time. And that's what I would definitely predict for sellers is put the house on the market, give it time. You need to be patient as a seller. But if you're a buyer right now, you need to look at what the interest rates are doing. First of all, you have the chance to buy down your rate. And second of all, you have the chance to dictate the terms to the seller right now. And that means getting a better price than what they're asking for, almost for sure. And also probably getting some closing costs paid. That's where I've been saying, hey, buyers, you can still get the seller to pay down your rate and get that rate that is non-existent anymore. So if the rates are around 5.5%, which they are right now, and you can get up to a 2-point buy down on a conventional, you can have the seller help you pay for that. And now you're at 3.5%. I mean, that's what it was. That's prior to the market slowing down. That's what was helping the market stay going very robustly, was the low rates. So you can still get that, but you need to act quickly because you need to get under contract before the rate changes come up. And I think that's going to be part of my Robnostication. Fairly easy one based on the economic news, which is that we're going to see a higher interest rate come up. They're going to jack the interest rate again. From what I understand, even by the time you're watching this video, shortly after this video airs, it may be happening next week, last week of July, something like that. I'd be surprised if they moved it into August, but they may do another aggressive rate change. It's going to really impact the market in that way. But how much? How bad can it get? I want you to know this. As a buyer right now, if you were to get a 5.5% interest rate, 600,000 property, 20% down, 5.5% interest rate, going to be about $2,900. That's with taxes and insurance, okay? Now, if you wait and the interest rate goes up to 7%, let's say the prices go down. Let's say you can buy that $600,000 property for $500,000. That's $100,000 off what used to be a $100,000 property. But now you're paying 7% interest rate. Well, guess what? 20% down, same taxes and insurance, you're paying $2,900 a month. So that's how much difference the interest rate can make. That's why I've been telling people, get in while you can. And even if you do it later, remember the buy down. Now, the only thing is, sellers are going to start holding the line at some point. They're not going to want to give you as much. If they have to take off $100,000 off their property, this is just for round numbers, folks. They have to go down on their price, and now you come in after they've already gone way down on their price, and you want all these things, you might not get it. Okay, sellers are gonna start holding the line. As a matter of fact, that's my advice to sellers. Hold the line. Maybe don't put your property on the market right now. If you can wait about 12 to 18 months, or even maybe just check it out how we go into next year, see what happens there, see if the rates, some people think the rates will get jacked up and then they're gonna get dropped down. I actually don't think that's gonna happen. We'll have to see as time goes here, but I just don't think you can buy into that. So you're looking at just evaluating the market, hold the line. Most of you sellers have equity. Most of you bought into the properties with large down payments and so on and so forth, or even bought in cash. So there's no real reason for you, unless you have to sell, which is what we're seeing is the people that are coming on the market, they're either still in la la land and wanting to get way high prices, or they do have to sell and they're being reasonable about what they want. Problem is, there's only so much buyer activity. That's why I'm telling buyers right now, this is the time. You may wish that you bought it this time, because it's all, you get to go out to the garden and pick all the vegetables you want. You're the first to get to pick them. You don't have to wait till people have already picked through the garden, and then now you got to get whatever's there left over. So the math on the gains that, on the property going down, prices going down, and then having to pay a higher interest rate doesn't really favor a buyer. Yeah, you might have a lower priced property, but you're going to have the same payment.
So you're thinking, well, hey Rob, what if you're telling me I'm going to buy, and then the prices might go down from there?
Well, maybe, yeah. But if you are in it for 3 to 5 years, I believe we're going to start ticking back up at 3 to 5% rate once we go through the cycle, and your value will be back. So in time for when you decide you want to sell the property, which as long as you're looking more long term, I don't think you're going to have problems ahead. That's my belief. A little hard to say exactly what's going to happen with that, but that seems like a reasonable statement. I think we're in for more of a mini crash, not a major crash, and I don't even like calling it a crash, but I think it's coming down to earth, okay? We're coming back down to earth a little bit. We just absolutely went to the moon, and we need to come back down to earth, folks. That's where it is. I want a healthy market, and in order to get there, we're gonna go through some unhealthy looking things, which means a little bit of value return, if you will, a little equity return that you will be seeing disappear a little bit. So to sum up my Robnostication, yes, I think we're going to see lower median home price. We already went down last month. Pretty much got that answer correct. I think I said it would stay flat or maybe go down a little bit. I think we're going to see that number go down maybe significantly this month on the median home price. Certainly the activity is going to go down. The inventory is going to go up, but folks, I'm going to tell you, sellers are going to start holding the line, and they're not going to put their properties on the market. They're getting the word, and they're deciding, you know what, maybe now is not the time to sell. If they don't have to do it, they're not going to do it. They don't want to take the haircut. I don't blame them. All right, so you're going to start seeing that, yes, inventory ticks up, but the sellers are not going to be rushing to keep putting more inventory out there, and I'm already seeing that. On many of my listings, I'm not seeing a bunch of competition come on. I'm seeing that we have basically the same ones out there. We have those dreaming sellers that want to get prices that they're not going to get for properties that need too much work, and we have the few that are pretty well priced and probably are waiting to look to deal with a buyer when they come along. Be patient. Again, that's part of my Robnostication. Got to be patient. And if you're a buyer, well, you better hurry up and get in now. That's my feeling. That's what you should do. Buyers are gold right now, and I think it's going to stay that way for you for a little while. The only thing that's going to change is that interest rate. So get in sooner than later before these sellers harden, before these prices get to where the sellers just aren't going to budge and aren't going to want to give you what you're asking for. And now you're looking at a 7% rate. Look, they jack it up by 0.75% or 1% more. Now we're at 6.5%. You think 7% is all that far off? I don't think so at all. I think that we're going to be seeing one more rate movement at supposedly around 3 points, maybe a full point, and then another or two probably smaller movements, but nonetheless, We may get to 7 or over 7 by the end of the year. And then there's people that say, oh, well, after this year, they'll start lowering it. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I think we'll hang out for a little while. I think it's going to take a little while for inflation to get completely quelled by what they're trying to do. So I hope you enjoyed this Robnostication. There is a whole lot more where that came from. So please subscribe to my channel. Hey, say hello. Tell me where I'm wrong. I want to hear it. And if you made it this far, well, you get a gold star. All right, everybody, have a rock and roll day. I appreciate you watching Rob Hau, your rock star realtor. That's because you're the rock star and I'm the realtor. Now you know how when you need a realtor.